MakingStarWars.net.
Thanks, Mark Hamill. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net. Guy with the crazy eye. And this is Chompy Rob. He's chomping down. Rob gets to chomp down every now and then. Every now and then we let him. Sometimes
17 hours, guys. I had to eat. It's been 17 hours since my last food. I had to do something.
Every now and then we're like, Rob, you know what? You did a good job yesterday. You were on fire yesterday, and you get to have yourself a couple of cookies and milk before the show.
Well,
like from Santa.
You're in luck because I got this pumpkin pack of beer, right? And there's a couple flavors in there I don't know, right? So yesterday was the pumpkinchino, so I wasn't sure if it was going to go down well. So normally, because I can't take these kinds of carbs, I have the beer once a week for 12 weeks, kind of how it works. But I wanted to test the pumpkinchino yesterday to feel like, is this something I'm going to want to drink, or am I going to have to give it to my barber friends, right? The other one is this pumpkin stout, Dark of the Moon. I don't know. I imagine this all just tastes like nutmeg, right? Which I'm fine with. So let's see. Let's do a little taste testing, right?
Is that Meg when she's off her rocker?
Yeah,
Meg.
It's all the same shit. It's good.
All right.
I like it. I'll be drinking this today.
Yeah.
I want to just follow up on yesterday's show before we talk about all this other fucking action figure Star Wars shit. I got some friends who were like, after the show, they're like, "Hey man, did you hear Andor? They're gonna probably cancel it because there's no ratings." I'm like, yeah, they're just gonna throw away all the fucking episodes. I just tell them you're right. You know,
I had the fandom menace guys like in my comments about some stuff going like, yeah, here we go, Disney. It's like, man, it's like if you guys weren't just fucking the new versions of High School Jocks, you might be funny. But really, you're just like the Biff Tannen hitting the book out of the hand, you know, the nerd in the hallway who's enjoying himself.
Their future Biff Tannen, because future Biff Tannen was into nerd shit too. He had hoverboards, right? But he was hanging out the game arc.
In real life, they're fucking double fisting two Big Macs at the same time, afraid to look you in the eye when you pass by them at McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Because they shrunk the burgers down, Jason. The Big Macs in the early '80s, you couldn't double fist. All right.
Or maybe you expanded. So that was a Star Wars reference.
Clever. You worked it all back in.
Right. But yeah, I see it like going like wildfire. I thought about doing a short about it, but then I was like, you know what? Nobody cares about the actual numbers and the facts. They all just want to push their agenda idea, and it's so lame because it's a fucking TV show. It's like, can you imagine your mom like pushing some like all my children agenda? Because that's literally what you're doing right now. Like the fucking Days of Our Lives agenda. That's what we're doing right now. I mean, you and I are just those ladies who get together like in the like by the pool in the community center and talk about what happened, about how that bitch and Luke and Laura, they're gonna kiss this next episode. But
I watched Days of Our Lives. That was the one I watched. I know Bo and Hope. I don't know Luke and Lauren.
Okay. Yeah.
Other quick fun fact. I was listening to the Video Archives podcast with Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery yesterday, and I think it was the Coma episode.
How have you not finished it yet? No.
They were talking about 70s aesthetic, and they go, you know what it looks like? It looks like Pharaohs. I'm like, yes!
Really said that?
And then Quentin Tarantino talks about Pharaohs for like 30 seconds, and I'm like, yes! This is the podcast for Rob.
It is.
The Video Archives. Love it.
Yeah. Well, what's going on here? Oh, yeah, this is a story I wanted to get to, sent to us from Jiggity James.
Oh, yeah.
Jiggity James saw this.
He's out in the skeleton patch right now.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Here it is. What we
got?
Why a California artist who worked on Star Wars on a Star Wars. Oh, it didn't show up. Fuck you, StreamYard. Piece of shit. You serious right now? You seriously fucking with me, bro? All right. Here we go. Take that off. All right. Why a California artist who worked on a Star Wars film is now fighting for her legacy. So here she is right here. Look at her fighting. Ka-cha, ka-cha, ka-cha. No, I'm kidding. She got doing what she does. She got some Return of the Jedi patches right here. Crew patch, I think. Okay. August 31st, 1981 was a cloudless Monday afternoon when Marilee Hayer, a 39-year-old Haywood Hayward-based illustrator found her way to her car in the parking lot of an unmarked 2-story building near downtown San Rafael. She put the key in the ignition, but before she could coax her car to life, the tears started to come. I've never cried at the end of a job before. Never. Not before that. Not since, she tells SF Gate. I almost said Science Fiction. San Francisco Gate. But, if there was one worth losing tears over, that was it. For Hayer, the job had elicited emotions of elation, uncertainty, and being thrust into a once-in-a-lifetime environment with a generational talent. It had only started on August 6th, a 3-week freelance gig for Lucasfilm, working on Return of the Jedi, the third and final installment of the original Star Wars trilogy. And I put a link to this article in the chat right now, so if anybody wants to read it for themselves, and then right here you can see some of the sketches that she did.
Oh,
so
she designed the bikini.
She worked on it, yeah. At the time, Hayward's work was mostly known for her day job. Meticulous pen and ink renderings of hats, dresses, and boots and newspaper ads sharing prime real estate next to notable gadfly scribes of the day like Herb Cain, Art Hop, and Lee Garchik. Come on, guys, your names are fucking with me right now. All of you.
These names are harder than Star Wars names.
Yeah. George Lucas is like, Ponda Baba. Let's simplify names in Star Wars, okay? Anyways, Pote Snicken. Let's make it easy. Her ability to work fast, yet with an eye for detail.
Jason.
Oh,
I
hey,
just
George.
wanted you to know the one that got away from me was I wanted to name a character Ty Condoroga.
Get out of here.
All right.
Get out of here. Her ability to work fast, yet with an eye for detail, led Lucasfilm to tap her to draw what she referred to as a new version of Carrie Fisher's character, Princess Leia. But since that short gig, Hayer says it has been an almost 4-decade battle to receive credit for her work. It's a fight she's still in the middle of today. And today we're going to give her some goddamn credit. I was the only woman in the room. I don't know what that's like, but doesn't sound cool.
Well, I can tell you why she was the only woman in the room, because I had to get rid of the other. George, don't.
No, George. No. I'll tell you why, because they're cheating. George, come on. Hayer, a Southern California-born graduate of Art Center of College of Design in Pasadena. She was not a little old lady from Pasadena. She was only 39. Started her career in the late 1960s working on layouts and background design for Saturday morning cartoons like The Lone Ranger and The Archie Show. For Star Wars, the studio initially brought her on as a fresh set of eyes, storyboarding some of the Jabba the Hutt Tatooine scenes in the movie's first act.
Okay.
And then we got Return of the Jedi pictures. She worked on layouts and sketches of characters navigating the desertscape, including Leia in her now famous gold bikini outfit during the sail barge sequence. But her background in fashion and the way she drew Leia caught the eye of Nilo Rodas Homero, the head costume design. What is it?
Nilo. Not
Lilo. Nilo. Milo and Otis, the head costume designer on the film. Milo and Otis Homero, costume designer Aggie Rogers, and are ultimately credited for the design of the piece. According to a 20... Hey, I took his credit away. See what I'm doing there? What I'm doing there?
All I'm saying is, if you're going to name drop a bunch of fucking people no one's ever heard of before, not in this generation, reading this article, do yourself a favor and just hot link those fucking names to their wikis or
to Wikipedia.
Who these fucking... Something, where so we know what they... I mean, I want to know more about these. I'm just saying, they're just name dropping, folks. You could be talking about the starting lineup on the Mets in 1982 for all I fucking know. I couldn't tell you what that is.
Okay. I'm gonna. I think we're gonna fucking J-Lo the fuck out of Rodas Homero though. His new name is Rod Jam. Nilo Rod Jam. It sounds like a porn name. Anyways, Nilo Rod Jam and costume designer Aggie Rogers are ultimately credited for the design of the piece, according to a 2015 Smithsonian traveling exhibit of the costumes of Star Wars. Well, there wasn't any other work that showed her as a pretty woman, she says. Rod Jam mined Hayer.
Bad choice of words.
Rod Jam mined Hayer for her knowledge of fabric and fashion to help him solidify Carrie Fisher's other new looks as Princess Leia for the film. Excuse me. as she thought, and though to that point, she had only been at Lucasfilm for a week. She suddenly found herself in a pitch meeting that included director Richard Marquand and Lucas himself. Listen to this shit. My first meeting, Marquand asked me to get him a cup of coffee, Hayer says. I was the only woman in the room. That's fucked. He's on. He's like, she must be a secretary. Give me some coffee.
You know what this reminds me of?
Mad Men?
In, no, Stranger Things season 3 when she's working at the newspaper, like episode 1. You know, and they got one of the Busey guys because all the Buseys have the same faces and shit.
Yeah.
And she's like telling them how, like, hey, this is probably this fucking thing going down. And they're like, you're right, but you know what I was also missing? My mustard. Oh no! The case missing mustard, Nancy Drew. And everyone's like, this is ridiculous. That's what I watched my mom go through the same stupid shit in the 80s, you know?
Yeah. I remember that scene now. Rod Jam soon paired Hayer with Paul LeBlanc, the legendary Canadian board hairstylist, whose stories high wigs of the 1750s Salzburg won him an Oscar for best makeup and hairstyling in 1984 for Amadeus. Great movie. LeBlanc was also the creator of Javier Bardem's bowl cut in 2007's No Country for Old Men. Bardem, who won a Best Supporting Oscar for the role, affectionately referred to the sinister look as one of the most horrible haircuts in history. And right here we see
to be fair, they never saw the kid from Salute Your Shorts in Different Strokes.
Fuck him. Fuck Sam. I hate Sam. I liked when Sam got kidnapped. I was hoping that was the last time we were going to see him, but he came back. Arnold saved him.
They kind of, I thought they were, because hey, people didn't understand. Adam Walsh getting his head cut off and left in a field was a big fucking nightmare fuel for me as a kid.
Oh,
so when they kidnapped the little redhead kid on Different Strokes, I was scared to death they were going to find his head in the field. I didn't know that was impossible on a TV show as a kid. I just thought that's where they were going. I was really worried.
What's kind of funny is action movies kind of made me not so afraid of having my head cut off because like I thought I could probably kick like a lot of ass like in a movie. So whenever I imagined like getting kidnapped, I was always like fucking punching them in the dick and fucking like, you know, doing some shit I couldn't, Solid Snake shit I couldn't really do.
It explains a lot about you, Jason.
Oh, 100%. Now you truly know the real me. For Return of the Jedi, LeBlanc replaced Princess Leia's Carrie Fisher's sidebuns with loose waves for Return of the Jedi, according to Hollywood Reporter. The famed hairstylist shared his ideas with Hayer and provided her with rudimentary pencil sketches to direct on her own. Leia's hair should define the look, how it should define the look, as it had in the first two films, but also set the tone for.
Oh, did Jason cut out?
The overall goal was to transition the character from princess. I cut out. Am I back?
For a second. Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I'm back. We're back. Back to the future. The overall goal was to transition the character from princess into Luke Skywalker's sister and General Leia. So first, we got to get out them titties, they said, I guess. At the time, the focus was moving the character into a different moment in her life, Hayer says. It was going beyond the cinnamon buns or the white robes. She needed a forest look as an infantry person, the woodsy look at the end with their hair down and crimped, and, you know, the slave girl in bondage.
This is my problem with Return of the Jedi. I've said this before, and I'm going to reiterate it again. All right? She wasn't General Leia. She was leading the fucking rebellion. That's it. That's what she was doing. She's leading the fucking troops. She's leading. And in fucking Return of the Jedi, she ain't even leading. Fucking Solo's leading shit on that fucking moon. You know, she ain't even leading the Ewok. She's being worshipped. No, she should have been up in space, leading the space battle, and not create a whole new Admiral Akbar character and shit. Akbar could have been a right
Mon Mothma.
Dude,
what happened was Richard Marquand looked up and he said, I'm going to put Mon Mothma in this film in about 30, 40 years. She'd be a fine ass.
But she wasn't leading. She just talked. She gave a desperate speech. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, she's the actual leader, though. That was their.
No. If she was actual leader, she had 2 other fucking movies to be in that fucking role. It's ridiculous.
No, they just made her up at the end. So that's.
I know they just made her up at the end. That's what I'm saying. It was ridiculous. Yeah. It just angers me to no end. This is. I don't. What if she can? I don't care about the slave.
Dodonna. Fine. What if Dodonna transitioned? What if that's Dodonna? You ever think about that?
Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt, Jason. So like,
I'm not giving them. I'm reading the story for a reason.
He transitioned to the Last Starfighter. He's in there. If you see him when he's in there, fucking leading the Rylands, dude. It's the same fucking motherfucker. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Like me, Hayer describes the work she did as fast but thorough. I wasn't in all the pitch meetings, she says, but I know they were pushing
Lebowski.
Lucas hard to get in new directions, and they were great ideas flying around. I just happened to have the background they needed. I knew how hair worked, how fabrics hung on a female form. I was there, I suppose you could say, to pretty it up. And look, she has this like Indiana Jones thing right here. I don't know why that's there. Is that a Darabont like sketch, or is it her?
No, that looks like a Struzan.
That's what I don't know why I said there. I meant Struzan. Yeah. Is that like I wonder
like
if
international? That's from some maybe international comp, but he only did one comp for that poster, so it might have been like a secondary, or that's a Temple of Doom. No, it's got the snakes. That's Raiders.
Yeah, it's weird because they don't ever touch on it in this article about why she has. Like, I don't know if it's just an artifact of something that was given to her while she was there. You know what I mean? Or if it's whatever. Like I think that Yoda thing is a crew patch probably. But Lucas reportedly loved Hayer's renderings, and a new look for Leia was cemented. Towards the end of the gig, Hayer was asked to stay on, but at the time, it didn't seem like she fit in with the culture at Lucasfilm. This is when it was becoming like more corporate, though. It's kind of interesting that she saw it that way. But everybody around me was about 10 years younger, and we're all gung-ho young men willing to work at night or all weekend. I guess that explains it. She says, I wasn't in that mind space. I conferred with visual effects and art direction Joe Johnston and said, aren't there going to be like 6 more movies? And he said, well, this is going to be the last one for a while, and George is going to take a hiatus for I don't know how long. So I went back to my old job and in the evenings did children's books. So maybe I'll run in Harrison Ford. More than 40 years later, Hayer, 80, who now lives in Los Osos, a small unincorporated beachfront community on the Central Coast, must be nice, admits her motivation for taking the job at Lucasfilm wasn't exactly because it was a strategic career move. I mean, I was single, feeling pretty good about myself, she laughs. I thought, maybe I'll run into Harrison Ford. Look at that motherfucker right there. Oh, you might. The only thing you're gonna run into is the tip of this guy's dick. If you're I don't care who you are. Nothing's stopping him.
Let's all be 100% honest.
Look at the smokes over here.
If YouTube had been around at this point, he would have been on there.
Oh, he's a Jake. Please, Jake Paul. He's fucking the Jake Paul. He's lighting that jacuzzi on fire.
That's the most baller jacuzzi ever. Like seriously, that's something Jackie Treehorn would own.
Fucking through a meet cute with the superstar behind the swashbuckling anti-hero though a meet cute with the superstar never materialized, Hayer's work did. Her drawings and sketches surfaced in ways she hadn't counted on in the film's final cut. She was even hired once more on a freelance basis to illustrate a 3/4 profile of Yoda. The drawing was commissioned to become the official cast and crew patch during the movie's filming. Hayer displays one of the patches with the film's working title, Revenge of the Jedi, stitched above it in her art studio today. When it came out, I went to the movie like everyone else, watched it and wondered like everyone else. It was only when I was driving home I realized, wow, I had a hand in that. By the time the movie was released in May of 1983,
this is
George.
Is the problem, Jason. Everyone wants credit, and really. I came up with it all. It was all me. I made the decisions. I put a Fabuloso, and I put go fuck yourself on the other ones. And
you said you read like all 300 pages of Hero with 1,000 faces, so it's all your idea, right?
I draw like 1,000 smiley faces on whether I like it or don't like it, and that's how we get there. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I really just gave them a bunch of Frazetta's covers and just said, just do that.
Hey, George, he's got a fax. It says, get out of here. By the time the movie was released in May 1983, Hayer had resumed her normal life working in San Francisco, producing ads for high-end department stores like Neiman Marcus and whatever. She also went on to publish 4 children's books with Viking Press, including The Weaving of a Dream, 1989, which publishers weekly called a breathtaking debut.
He didn't even give her some Willow work.
Well, no, she was asked to stay on, and she didn't want to work weekends and all that stuff. She wasn't interested in that ILM style grind, Sounds like she wanted to have a life and be an artist at the same time. She's probably smart,
I still
cut
work
to
weekends, Jason. You can't stop me. You can't. Damn the man, Jason. All right,
stop with the white slavers.
He still thinks he's a '60s rebel.
Cut to the fall 1983, just months after the release. Hayer was dozing on her couch late one evening watching a PBS membership drive. At that point,
let's be honest,
if you didn't have cable,
we've all been there.
Everybody's been there, yeah. It had been more than 2 years since her brief stint at Lucasfilm. Her work on Return of the Jedi had come and gone, but for some reason it had been on her mind that week. I had watched the KQED, and they may have mentioned it. I'm not sure, Hayer says. I fell asleep during their pledge drive, and I woke up, and there was my drawing on the screen. I remember this picture of Luke, Leia, and Han. This was on the cover of the children's book I had as a child, Return of the Jedi children's book.
Solo tells Leia what to do.
Ooh. Hayer says she shot up from her couch. The portrait was one she did for Princess Leia, styled with a long braid.
Just like Brody does in Jaws, right? When he gets up, right? It's like...
I thought you were going to say Brody from Mallrats when he realizes that Brenda left him and he gets up, Like,
hey!
Hey! Yeah.
Flicks her little cup.
It's kind of connected because everybody wants when Jaws pops out of the water. The portrait was one she did of Princess Leia, style with a long braid. The hosts were showcasing the image as one of the many stunning examples of art from a new book that showed what was behind the scenes on the production of Return of the Jedi. I picked up the phone, gave a pledge right there. I told the operator, please send me that book. A week later, she received a package containing the art of Return of the Jedi, published by Ballantine Books, and started flipping through the.
Picked it up, but okay.
Yeah, maybe this public library said a couple of bucks.
Lisa went to PBS.
True. When she got to pages 49, 80, and 92, where 5 of her drawings were showcased, along with several rudimentary sketches of early Ewoks, she was surprised to find that her name wasn't in the credits.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Hayer doesn't take issue with the direction of hairstylist LeBlanc, who was cited in the credit in the credit of her images, and said her influence and visions are largely responsible for Leia's Jedi transition. Rather, she just wanted to be acknowledged for her work. Paul was incredible to work with, and I think his career speaks for itself, she says. But he didn't have the ability to sketch out what we needed to convince George. That's, I guess, where I came in. And here he is right here. He's like, oh, look right here. Something's wrong right here.
Look, the nipple needs to be a little bigger here, folks. All right. One day they're going to make Batman with nipples, and we got to be ahead of the curve here. So
Marcia wanted me to do this, and I said no. I said, no, I won't do it. I won't. George won't do it.
I can wear any vest over my sweater. I damn well please. All right, that's enough.
Also, this picture is the first time that we see one of George Lucas's pot tits show up. It takes one to know one right there. Got some pot tits. All right. Disappointed with her name. We were disappointed that her name wasn't in the book. Hayer reached out to Kathy Whippert, who worked in the archives and photo library department of Lucasfilm in San Rafael. Whippert, on Lucasfilm letterhead, sent Hayer back a note taking responsibility for the oversight, saying, I just wanted to say how badly I feel that I gave the wrong credit to Ballantine for your illustrations, especially since they are the prettiest illustrations that have been done for her, meaning Leia. I really thought I had everyone cited and credited correctly. Please accept my apology. It was totally my fault. It should be taken care of in the next pictures. Thanks, Kathy.
Insert narrator voice. It was never taken care of.
Right. Hayer took the note to a San Rafael-based attorney. In December of 83, Lucasfilm sent a letter signed by Whippert, copying Hayer and her attorneys to Ballantine. It said, prior to a reprint of the book, the following correction should be made. Hairstyles by Patricia Dermont and Paul LeBlanc. Designed by Paul LeBlanc and illustrated by Marilee Hayer. Indeed, in a 1997 reprint of the book, then retitled The Art of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, Hayer is given credit for her illustrations. Case closed, or so she thought.
Rob was wrong. His narrative voice wasn't fucking story accurate. Woo! All right.
A fight that continues today. In the years that followed, Hayer says that her work, The Return of the Jedi, has turned up in various books about Star Wars. Hollywood, or a movie, fashion in general. Her illustrations were part of the Smithsonian's exhibition. Sometimes she's credited, other times her name is nowhere to be found. And then right here we got the Leia
Jesus.
bikini. Look at is Leia's knee a little scratched up? What have you been doing with those knees, Leia? When Disney bought
cut to Carrie Fisher, high as shit, trying to get those little capsule toys or the Tartan Tinies out, because if you shake the thing enough on the bottom, you can get free Tartan Tinies.
yeah.
You know, those little what was it? What was the ones that were like fruits? They were shaped like different fruits.
You know, when they did
banana.
Carrie's autopsy report, she had a lot of MDMA in her system. What do you think? Like, how do you think that went for Carrie? Do you think she just like did ecstasy and like went to the mall? You know what I mean?
Like
what
they made the vaccine out of MDMA.
Oh, that would be fun. Everybody be fucking, sucking, tugging. Everybody be like, oh my god, the walls feel like rabbits. Like it'd be a good time. But no, instead we just got magnetized. When Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012 for $4 billion, it kicked off a raft of new interest around the work that Hayer and her contemporaries did for the original film.
So cheap.
Not only did their artwork become the inspiration for a number of sequels and spin-offs, including Rogue One, The Mandalorian, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Hayer's work also appeared in other Disney-owned properties. Most notably, and most recently, her original drawings appears on a variant cover of Marvel's Star Wars Age of Republic Princess Leia #1. Hayer, who says she frequently combs eBay for antiquities, continues to run across new publications of her work on the auction site. It doesn't really surprise me much anymore, she says. It's more like seeing an old friend now. Last year, Hayer hired another attorney in an attempt to get through to Disney once more for attribution. She understands that there is no money involved in getting the credit for her work. There were no royalties, she says. I know that for sure. She probably signed that in the original deal. Over the passage of time, her name has once again fallen off her illustrations. She says she understands why, but she also believes that this could be the last time she will have a chance to have her name attached to her work. When San Francisco Gate reached out to Disney and Lucasfilm for comment, neither responded. Fucking cowards. Fucking bitches won't call. Come on, answer the fucking phone. I'd like to be remembered if this is my legacy, and surely it is. Leia's seismic shift in Jedi redefined the way female characters looked in Star Wars canon. When British actress Daisy Ridley came on as Rey with the heir apparent to Leia Organa's in Disney's 2015 film The Force Awakens, Fisher had some pointed advice for her. You should fight for your outfit, she said in a 2015 interview with The Hollywood Reporter. Don't be a slave like I was. You keep fighting against that slave outfit. Fuck you, Princess Leia. Why do you gotta ruin it for everybody, you fucking wet towel? Anyways, wet blanket. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, but look over here. Look at this groovy shit on the left with these skulls and shit. You know this chick's cool. You can tell. Any chick that fucking spinning like fucking tarot cards and fucking skulls with magic shit flying around next to Indiana Jones and Yoda, that's a cool person. And Hayer should get fucking credit. She should be cited. She was a part of the creation of that costume. Hayer acknowledges the shifts that have happened culturally and in fashion since her days drawing on contract for Lucasfilm. Shifts away from an environment that ultimately informed her decision at the time to go. I remember thinking, if I stayed on, would I be doing artwork or would I be a coffee fetcher, she says, discussing the work for many women at the time that have gone similarly uncredited. I wouldn't like to be the
He likes to make desks now. You can make your coffee and make a desk.
Yeah, I make furniture now.
And they use my voice for all the aliens now in the Disney Star Wars.
It's like George Lucas told me to draw an Ewok. I said, fuck you, I make gun cabinets now.
Next, I'm going to be working at Knott's Berry Farm.
I would like to be remembered, if this is my legacy, she concludes. If this is what I'm most noted for, I want to make sure I'm getting credited when I'm no longer around. I view my artwork like my children, when you have to be able to send them out and give them the tools they need to fight. So, yeah. So remember, whenever you see Slave Leia, that art, that's Hayer, man. Hayer played a part. Give Hayer fucking credit, Lucasfilm. Answer the fucking phone, you bozos. Oh yeah, you'll pick up the fucking phone to call me and fucking complain. Don't share our Last Jedi sketches, but you won't pick up the phone to fucking credit the lady that made that sexy ass Princess Leia outfit. Pussies. All right. See, I like really mixing things that will get me called sexist with things that aren't sexist at all. I think it just confuses everything. I like chaos. All right, and then so let's get to the actual like news of the day. But I thought that was a cool article and one that it should be shared. And did it pop
Rob,
up?
do you think they should get credited? Yes. Thank you. Get me started.
Yep. Fun fact: when they were the slave Leia stuff was called a dancing costume, not a slave costume, by the way.
They never have a fucking problem crediting executive producers. What do? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Fuck it all.
No executive producers like, I didn't get credited.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sabine ran actress Natasha Lou Bordizzo wraps filming Ahsoka. Principal photography coming to an end by B-Spin Bull E10. Okay, we got that. Bespin Bulletin. Hello there. Before we crack on the article, I would kindly ask that you consider showing your support. So you click here, and then you give him the fucking money. You got it? Give him the fucking money. You know how much money he's made? None. Because you motherfuckers aren't giving him anything. 5 months on from Lucasfilm.
Santa's taking all the funds this time of year, Jason. It's hard to get anything out. People have to butter Santa up or they're not going to get any toys.
Hey, man. They're not going to have...
Labor Day, man. You don't start buttering that Santa muffin, you're fucked.
Hey, if you've seen Willow, you know that, like, it snows out there. Remember Matt Mardigan and Willow read
and
that
Santa
that
deals
sled?
and all sorts of digital goods now, like Fortnite skins and NFTs. You're going to be all left the fuck out. You don't start spreading that money around Santa's way, you know.
Start spreading the news.
You got to butter up the cane. You know what I'm saying? You got to stuff the stocking. You know, you got to.
Hey, did someone say stockings? 5 months on from Lucasfilm announcing that filming on the highly anticipated Ahsoka series had begun, and now appears principal photography on the series is coming to an end very soon, if it already hasn't ended. One of the stars of the series, Natasha Bordizzo, who plays the fan favorite, like he spelled it with the U because he's fancy British kid.
Favorite.
Welsh kid. He's a Welsh kid. I don't. Do you call Welsh people British people? I don't know. Do you do that? I should ask him. Sabine ran, and it's best known.
Jelly.
That's true. Well, no, that's Welch's. That's Welch's, Rob. Welch's, totally different. Yeah,
totally different.
Yeah. It is good though. It is good. And it's best known for starring in films such as Day Shift. Yeah. Whatever, Bespin Bulletin. Nobody knows what that is. The Day Shift star. Once again, nobody knows what that is. A series of fan art. She shared a series of fan art images. This alone doesn't confirm Bordizzo has fulfilled her duties as Ren and Wrapped, but instead some comments on the post from various crew members on the series confirm that Bordizzo had wrapped. One comment from a member of the hair department wrote, "Thanks for leading the team. Hashtag Team Sabine. Hashtag pushing Alexis fun. Hashtag I'm not crying, you're crying." With the actress like
hashtag credit me in the artwork 50 years from now. But a hair discussion today on the show.
Yeah. Don't forget. This is my legacy. You freaking rocked it, and you have the last blah 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 whatever. The comment Bordizzo liked came from a stunt performer on the series who wrote, "This was a fun story to be a part of. Thanks for being you. You made it fun." So currently, no other stars linked to the project have shared that they've wrapped or hinted towards it. It's because she dies in this season, you guys. She's dead. She's fucking dead, bro. Production on the series was scheduled to end in November, so it makes sense that they were seeing members of the cast starting to wrap. Like, my name is Sabine, and I'm here to say I like Fruity Pebbles in a major way. Ahsoka
Doc Brown joins in.
Actual Doc Brown, yeah. The rapper Doc Brown from Andor. Ahsoka is due to release sometime in 2023, along with the third.
I'm the one drinking. Just say.
I don't know. I had a sick kid last night. I was up all night. I'm tired.
Wonder why he
Following
can't catch a break.
Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew wrapping, there have been rumors that the next project to film at Manhattan Studios is the fourth season of The Mandalorian, but that's yet to be confirmed. Have there been rumors, or is it just our assumption based off of what we know is coming? That's the question. So, and if you haven't, if you read Bespin Bulletin, you should go to his page right here and click that link and pay him. I'm not going to pay him because then he'll get all high on the hog with that money in front of me. I ain't gonna let him do it.
Just spends it on Papa Murphy's anyway. So.
Now Popeye getting Popeyes imported.
Never shares.
Meg says Doc Brown came to our school in 2014, then got famous after Russell Howard hosted him. Well, really? That's crazy. And then she says, mass media is still coming. You just wait. Welsh are Brits. Yes. Okay. I figured that was the case. Oh, hey, Nick, how's it going? Bestman's the kind of guy to sit on a scoop and put a fork in the knife drawer.
All I'm saying is if you repeat a lie enough, they'll start to believe it. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, wait. I have a message from Star Wars Greg. No, Star Wars Meg.
JJ's friend, Greg.
Okay. That's pretty good. Hold on. Let me throw this up on the screen and share them. I posted. I'm not the one who invented this. It was after he talked about it. But I did this post where I was taking Paul McCartney pictures and like writing as if it was Andor, and I was getting like DMs from people that didn't get it. It was a joke, like for like a long time, for like days.
Are you saying Star Wars folks are simple-minded?
They don't get jokes sometimes.
Lorians, they're Lorians, right? Is this canon or not canon? Plot holes, blah, they're Lorians.
Yeah, pretty much. But Meg, I think, did Meg make this picture or did she just share it? Either way, this is from Star Wars Meg, right there. Did it pop up? What's this thing's problem today?
Inflation.
Right?
Because of inflation.
Remember him? This isn't now Phil old yet? That's fucking dumb memes.
I feel like unshaven older Paul McCartney looks a lot like unshaven Lucas. Kind of similar. You ever seen a picture of unshaven Lucas? It's great.
Oh yeah, he was on I think it was on the cover of the Disney magazine around the time Star Tours. He decided to shave his beard and look like a Disney guy for some reason.
Yeah,
probably wasn't so many Disney meetings at the time. He probably started to feel weird, so he shaved it or something. And Nick says, "Hell no, Welsh are their own race." That's funny. Thank you, Quentin. Any new tunes coming? I just wrote a new tune right before. You mean like for Dracula ones? Yeah, if I could get fucking Johnny and bring off his ass and come start fucking moving with me. Let's do this, Johnny. But yeah, I wrote a song about Perrin being married to a space Karen today. So that one's coming. The funny part is the after pictures from 1968. Yeah, it definitely. All right, and we are going to get there, Arya. We are going there. We're going there. Don't you worry. Arya sent me a picture of a GIF of a stormtrooper that appears to be from Andor, by the way. And so it looks like maybe we're going to see some stormtroopers tonight. Is kind of speculation there, based off of the fact that came out. That animated pictures. What do you think? You think that seems possible?
I think everything we said before when you were like, we see a one-off where he goes back to Ferris because he's got his money. He wants to go see his mom, and he said he'd come back. He came back, and he sees the aftermath, and he's having PTSD flashbacks. Either he is or his mom is, to when all the shit went down with Clem, is that we're seeing the parallels kind of play at the same. I think we're most likely to see that.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's thank you, Quentin.
That's the one I'm like, makes the most sense, you know? Like,
yeah. Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. Oh, and by the way, we've talked about the prison stuff recently, and a certain source of mine who told me about the prison Andor stuff told me about several other shows, not Star Wars based, but several other shows. And on those other shows, all of the stuff that they said was generally correct. Like it might have been like it was like they got like a character wrong, but it was completely like it made sense why they got it wrong. I can't get into like details, but
Okay.
So point being, that source sounds like they know what they're talking about when it comes to Andor, the general gist of that prison stuff. So that we talked about. Okay. Yeah, I keep meaning to share that for the last couple weeks.
You're being so vague, I'm getting a little confused, but I understand the gist.
Yeah, somebody who works in the industry told me about Andor.
Okay.
They also told me about a bunch of other shows. The Andor stuff they told me about hasn't come on TV yet, so it's still been up in the air. That stuff hasn't been confirmed. But the other stuff they told me about from other television shows, I've now watched on TV and have been confirmed.
On their other info has been accurate, right?
Yeah. And it's been generally correct.
Yeah, it stands to reason.
Andor stuff about the prison is generally correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Makes sense. Okay. So
I collect action figures. I'm simple-minded. So.
Hey.
Figurines. Sorry.
Figurines. They're not figurines.
Figures. Figurines.
Right.
Go figurines.
Here, you know what? Let's just be making Star Wars today. Okay, we're making Star Wars. Okay. A stormtrooper gets killed, blaster shot. Let's go with yes this time, because we've been going yes and getting it wrong this whole time. We're going to be right one time. And that GIF is Arya.
What if they get killed? What if they get killed, but it's with like a baton, or it's not with a blaster, or like
what if it's with kindness?
Right. Well,
a droid is referred to by name. Yeah, like, oh, I love you so much. I'm gonna.
If he goes back to Ferrix, we're gonna see BMO again. So yeah,
he's gonna go B2 EMO. You are my best friend. Here's $250,000. Hyperspace tunnel is seen from inside a ship.
No.
So you know. All right.
No.
A space battle happens between different ships. Ties versus.
I'm only thinking of the Luthen versus the Star Destroyer, and I'm wondering, is that this episode or the next?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Do we think that's this episode or the next, Jason?
Yeah, that they put that one out really early.
I don't think it's this episode. I don't think it's this episode though.
Okay.
I think this episode. I say no.
All right. Yeah, I mean that could be the escape from the prison, right? As we guessed before, that would need to be a very daring escape. We see a named character cameo from another series, movie, novel, or comic.
No.
Partisans are in the episode, known as partisans in the episode. So you say no Saw Gerrera this time?
Nope.
Okay. I also think if we see Saw Gerrera, we can assume that they are partisans. Like that, those are the partisans. Excuse me. We see a flashback scene.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think this is the time. If we're going to get one soon, it would be then. Someone steals something valuable. I think that's happened, right?
Yeah, they already did that. They stole 200,000 credits. Like,
can I say that Big stole my heart and get it right? No. Okay.
You can on Valentine's Day. You can say all that creepy shit through a card, and no one can get you for being a creep.
Oh.
Hack Valentine's Day. Right?
I mean, well, why make it different than any other day? We visit a new planet for the first time in live action.
No, we're going to Ferrix.
Yeah, unless the prison one starts now. I think you're right.
Yeah.
And a species talks, should be speaks, Santa. A species talks another language with subtitles to translate.
No.
It's like it's 50-50. I mean, but I'm gonna say like
no.
I'm gonna say that the odds are no. I mean, it's not even 50-50. It's probably less than no, since that happens less than 50% of Star Wars.
But we saw an alien, other than the grunting.
The big guy. Yeah, he was just a guy. And it's weird because like the show's not for kids, so this is the one where it could have been subtitled. Troopers, Clone, Storm are in the episode more than one together. So we're going with yes, because The other one, like those ones should be together, the Stormtrooper ones, but I think he does it to trick you to make you contradict yourself. A light side Force user makes an appearance. Let's just say no to all Force. Darth Vader and Palpatine make an appearance. No. Someone gets arrested by the Empire. So this is completely more possible than ever now that we have the clampdown on Ferrix happening and we have the robbery having happened. So it is more possible. What do you think, though? You say someone gets arrested, you think no one gets arrested yet?
No, I think this is like... No, because we see the Star Destroyer on Aldhani. We don't see it on Ferrix.
Right. I mean,
yeah, I think if they're likely to start it up,
since it could get arrested. You know what I mean? Like that's.
But she would have already been arrested by now.
Well, she might look up, see the Star Destroyer, go, oh shit, and then before she knows it.
Oh, Cintas. I was thinking of Bix. Sorry.
No, Cintas is the uniform people.
That's the one that you can get me.
Yeah, it's
no,
but there's no evidence she gets arrested. So someone wears a disguise. Does Cassian just go in as his normal charming self when he gets home, or does he have to put on some tentacles and be like, I'm a space monster, don't arrest me here?
he puts a starfish on his nose.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
I'm not Andor. I'm from Knott's Berry Farm to Planet.
Yeah. On my way over here, a Jedi and a princess asked me for a ride. You should go look for them.
Skeen. I grow pepper trees. He just takes the fucking... takes the roles of the people he kills. He's a little weird, sadistic.
Yeah. Oh, I can't climb up there. I hurt my paw. That's what he says in a book somewhere after that opening to Rogue One.
He puts fake nipples on himself so he can milk himself, just to throw him off, right? I make blue milk, sell it on Etsy,
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna say no disguises this episode.
No, I think he's just like lurking in the shadows,
like popping your collar and being like, I'm being sneaky. That's not a disguise, right? So a character is wounded but not killed.
Sure. I say yeah. If we're gonna see a riot, someone's got to get wounded and not killed.
This is a named character though, so that would have to be mom. like Minerva gets fucking knocked in the fucking stomach. Gets her hip broken.
Does she get killed? Does she not get killed? Does she get killed? Does she not get
I think she's ultimately gonna die because we have to start squeezing him out of this little toothpaste of comfort, this little toothpaste tube of comfort into the Rebel Alliance.
Bix could get wounded and not killed.
Why would you say that, man?
Because she's injured in one of those scenes we haven't seen yet.
No, we saw that. That's when she gets handcuffed, and that's when Tim dies. That bitch Tim dies. But and then later on we see her, and she's like, yeah, but she is like let's fuck him up. There is a scene out there of her saying like let's get him. So so she could get killed, wounded in that fight. So a named character is killed.
I think it's Minerva.
Yeah, I think she's gonna die.
Star Wars. It's a flashback. Technically, Clem.
We're saying no Star Wars sling at this point since they're just using real cursing, right?
We're not doing that shit. That shit's for Ahsoka, Mando 3.
I've got a bad feeling about this. That's not it. Nope. All right. And then now we have our, you guessed it,
Minerva dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minerva dies.
Minerva. Cassian's mama dies. All right. There we go. Submit. You will submit to me, slave. All right. Submit another response. No, I refuse. So we did it. Luthen will get drunk on Mon Mothma's perfume. Whoa. Nice. Yeah. Masamita tomorrow. That's Johannes's prediction. That's a good one. As the Truth says, I saw an article where The Rock says the fans will always guide you where you need to go. Certainly not Star Wars fans. Oh, you'd have half of them going over here, and the other half would be like over here. That doesn't make any sense. In fact, I mean, he's in is the DC fandom as fucked up as the Star Wars one? Because it seems pretty fucked up from my perspective. And so I don't think
is it.
Yeah, I don't think the Rock's making any sense.
Jason, the Rock is ridiculous. He's a Shazam villain that wants to become a Superman villain.
Yeah,
Shazam's too low. It's weird. It's been weird for 10 years.
Want to hear the epitome of self-defeating, in my opinion, from like somebody, because I don't think most people know what Black Adam really is or anything.
He looks exactly like Shazam. That's what's fucking crazy.
But check it out.
Venom never appearing with Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay, but check it out. But imagine a Venom movie is coming out, multiverses, has like 20 million people playing it or something ridiculous right now. And Shazam is Black Adam is the big end of the season pass character that's going to pop out. He's coming to the game. The big thing. They released like this week, the evil black Superman, like with like the big jaw, like the big evil Superman. I don't know what it's called. Like
Bizarro?
The black. Yeah, basically the Bizarro Superman. They fucking released that right now. And then they have Black Adam coming out like next week. Nobody's gonna want that shit. Everybody's gonna want the fucking Bizarro Superman. I don't think it's Bizarre. I think it's like a different name, but it's like an evil Superman. It's from like the Halloween stuff. But
whatever.
But what I'm saying is like maybe after everybody knows who Black Adam is and the movie hits, it'll be different. Quinn says Black Adam is an anti-hero and could carry his own comic series. It's not unusual. Right, but it's where it. I mean, if we're talking about what I just said, my thing is that general audiences don't know who Black Adam is. Like most people, I've never read a Black Adam comic book in my whole entire life, and so right now, like in these game promotions, if you're going to give me the option between scary Superman and then like the other evil Superman that just looks like The Rock, I'm going to pick scary Superman probably.
It makes as much sense as Bizarro Superman being a Batman villain. Like I'm just letting you know right now.
Well, and Black Adam is coming to Fortnite, and The Rock has already been a Fortnite character, and I don't think it was very successful.
Keith Giffin's a long time since the 70s illustrator, DC, writer, really genius guy, really genius dude.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a script for a Superman movie in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
In which
who didn't at this point?
90s. Yeah, but his was good.
Okay.
And this script was totally different. It was just that the space mafia hires Lobo to kill Superman because he's fucking up all their business.
Okay.
And so Lobo goes to Earth to kill Superman because that's what he's hired to do. Yeah. And when I read that, I was like, this is like mid 2000s. I'm like, The Rock should be Lobo. Like, if you remember the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s Attitude Era Rock, who smells with The Rock, the come over there, shit kick, fucking knock you down your pants, don't talk shit to you, a shit talker. They got The Rock in a hero where he never, in a role where he never talks. He just gives you the stink eye. And it's like, you got a guy who can talk mad shit and he's not shit talking. It's so fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
It literally, I love They Live. But not having fucking Rowdy Piper talk more shit in the back half of the movie was a big... I get the front, but once some glasses come on, he should have been the world's biggest shit talker. In
the very end of the They Live comic that it's based on, the guy has the glasses on and looks in the mirror, and he's an alien.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking badass.
What was originally in the script. They cut that out.
It's badass. Like the Black Adam thing, I wouldn't bet against The Rock and that stuff like at the box office and everybody knowing, but the movie's not out yet. And right now there's like, I have an option of evil Superman or the other evil Superman, but I know evil Superman. You see what I'm saying?
Superman
Like
only appears in the film for 3 seconds at the very end, Jason, and I've seen it. It's not something to buy a ticket over. Just letting you know.
No, but I'm talking about like what you're going to buy in a video game. I'm saying it's self-defeating to release evil Superman with Black Adam in the same fucking month, in the same weeks. It's a bad idea. And Fortnite is putting out Ash. I'm very, very fucking happy. I'm super happy that I could be Ash from Evil Dead in Fortnite. All my wildest dreams continue to come true. Fortnite is the best game of all time. The end. today, me and Bespin Bulletin are going to go on a haunted adventure fighting zombies, and it's going to be fun. Who's Geode? I used to know a guy named Geode.
It's one of the rock lords from the GoBot Zone.
I used to have
like,
this
what
in the 80s. My dad had this like roommate who just like smoked weed all the time and collected like geodes, like the cut apart rocks with black lights. The dude would just be like stoned, fucking listening to like Public Enemy, being like, check this out, man. And I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, dude. It's kind of cool though, because he always bought me tapes. He would get really stoned and then buy me tapes. He'd be like, Jason should fucking hear this shit. And it would be like NWA and Bryan Adams. It made no sense. It would be like, it was like, I'm not even kidding.
High, Jason.
One time I got NWA and Bryan Adams at the same time.
Let's be honest. He got suckered in those get like 99 tapes for $1 fucking ads. He's still paying that shit off.
It was at the warehouse. It was the maxi singles, I think. The tapes, the maxi singles.
The last time I bought a tape at the warehouse, it wasn't a tape. It was a CD, and it was Queen's It's a Kind of Magic CD.
Yeah.
At the warehouse.
The warehouse. As the truth says, when I told my dad about The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker Backlash, he doesn't care for Star Wars, only liked Rogue One, 7, 8, 9. And he was like, so many pathetic, sad people on the internet. They needed to get over themselves. It's true. Hey, I don't know your dad, but your dad's making a lot of sense right now. If you've ever taken any of your dad's advice, that is a good one that's one for all of us. Your dad's kind of the stage of the show today. At Rob, says Quentin, they made that into an animated movie, actually.
I know, the Bot Lords, Rise of the Bot Lords. It was
Rise of the Bot Lords.
It was a direct-to-tape fucking thing.
They've attacked this chat before.
Sense. Yeah.
Hey, it depends on how much you like it. Meg says, I remember when The Rock was in a WWE game I had growing up. now he's in
Jumanji. She calls it WWE.
Yeah. It means we're gonna die first, Rob. That's all it means. We're gonna die first.
Well, look, statistically, sure, but you never know, Jason. You never know. People just randomly get thrown out their apartments these days, right?
Are you saying Meg's just going to randomly get thrown out and die? No, that's not going to happen. No. Meg is going to live 25 years longer than us. That is the rule.
And she can fly.
And she's also a woman. She's going to outlive us there too. Statistically, she's beating us on all fronts right now.
She drinks a lot of Red Bull. She's got
probably spent the first 25 years.
I didn't have a better example, Jason. I had a whole fucking pumpkin beer. That's
the
best one I got. I could have come with a better example.
Meg's got that star in Mario. She's invincible. You hear me?
All I know is if Meg gets addicted to Popeye's chicken like Bespin, right, then I'm definitely living longer. That's all I can say.
That's true. Well, that's why we're trying to send it to them. This is like a smallpox blankets. Today, we're trying to...
Jason kills his enemies like a 60-year-old grandmother kills her fucking unfavored son-in-law, right?
No, they're not my enemies.
The food.
I'm just saying, though,
love it.
When it comes to Star Wars, USA. That's all I'm saying.
I had a friend who did not get along with his wife's mom, and she would always make him this food that was super rich that he loved, and he swore she was trying to kill him, but he could not eat the food. And I was like, well, you're just enabling your own death, you nitwit. She made an excellent
worth dying for.
I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you. Oh, yeah.
Some call it flan. Nick says, I remember when The Rock was a scorpion. Yeah, I remember seeing Scorpion King for the first time, very intoxicated. And when that CGI moment happened, when I saw the Scorpion King, that was the funniest thing that ever fucking happened. Like, people were mad about it. I was like happy about it because that was the best thing in the movie, was how bad that was. Jedi Mike says,
I remember when the Scorpion King movie came out, the one that WWE made, right? They actually put the money up for that with The Rock. Was a human. Yeah. And there was this theater, I told you before, this theater my friend used to take me in Spring Valley in a diverse neighborhood, to say the least, right? So you know the kind of theater I'm talking about. And at midnight, they'd have to pre-screen the film to make sure it worked. And so they let in all their friends to come see the movie for free. So people would be in there drunk, hooting and hollering, saw Lord of the Rings with these folks, saw Spider-Man with them. It was great. This movie, when The Rock punches a dude and he goes through the roof into space, the cackling you could hear for blocks. I've never heard laughter. Like, it's so fucking ridiculous,
I don't
ridiculous.
I like as I always say it, like I like The Rock, like he seems like a nice man. Like I don't have anything
Love the
against
rundown.
him. He's never made anything I give a shit about in actuality.
You never saw
like,
the rundown.
Yeah, I don't have anything where I'm like you need to be who you are in my universe of Hollywood. You know what I mean?
The rundown.
Like the action, like yeah, I don't know.
The rundown.
I like robots and stuff, like Terminators. No,
It's
Quinn
got
says,
Ernie Reyes Jr., Jason.
or the option to see live action Dr. Fate played by Pierce Brosnan. Do you know Dr. Fate? I don't know Dr. Fate.
Yeah, I had the superpowers toy. You know, whatever.
Is that
Great?
Is that like the gray with the silver face with like the blue hood guy?
Gold mask. Gold mask.
Gold mask. Okay.
Yeah. He's like Doctor Strange, but he's Dr. Fate. Get it?
Yeah. Hi, Meg Zandau. How's it going?
She'll be on tonight, right?
She will. She will. She better stay the fuck up. Do some cocaine and stay up all night. Do some cocaine and stay up all night. Mac's gonna do some cocaine and stay up. She's gonna stay up all fucking night. Or just stay up all night. Maybe take a nap, you know? Yeah, little sleepy bitch is gonna be sleeping. But mermaid. A mermaid. Oh man, you're like the Little Mermaid. I'm gonna get really mad about something about that. The Little Mermaid likes girls. Oh, I'm so mad about this on the internet.
She's not British. She's American.
You know that black hair. She has red hair. Red hair.
Hans Christian Andersen was a true-blooded American.
What's next? Ronald McDonald's a brunette? Come on. Yeah.
Clown is not a pronoun.
It's all. He bought me tapes. Yep, old tapes. Also, that guy had a rabbit car. You know, like those little tiny cars. Rabbit. You remember that? It was like a little Pinto kind of style car, and it had no back seat. It had like a piece of like wood in the back with speakers all in it, and the back would come up too, and it had the big bass speakers in the back. And we would just drive around. I was like 8 years old. And fucking
blasting Lunatic Fringe for like weeks, right?
It was crazy.
Yeah. 12 years later, it's Life is a Highway. He just won't let go.
My life is a Oh god, that was the worst song ever. Fucking Life is a Highway and Sheryl Crow. Oh, I want
no. Which fun. Okay, Jason, Life is a Highway or Walking in Memphis? Come on.
Wait, what's Walking in Memphis?
I'm walking in Memphis. I'm going with my feet on the beat. The walking in. You don't know Walking in Memphis?
I don't think so.
Never mind.
I know better than Ezra. Living what you want.
That's every Star Wars series ever made.
Living what you want. I don't know what he says there, but it says wow.
Every other Star Wars series.
Makes us at my health. I don't know about that, Jason. Oh, shut up, you Keith Richards motherfucker.
It's all that fish and chips, Meg.
As the truth says, got a PR email today about Star Wars in the subject line, and I was excited until I read A New Hope prop designer and Shepperton Studios now have the rights to sell Stormtrooper products. They're doing it. I got that too. I meant to bring that on the show. It was like NFTs, and I was like almost imagining doing like a Wayne and Garth style interview where we have somebody on and ask them really stupid questions. And I saw the NFTs, and it was like Stormtroopers with like heart tattoos on the shoulder and shit. It was really fucking stupid.
NFTs and crypto and Web3 bullshit. It's like if Pogs wouldn't let go. Like if Pogs wouldn't concede the election. You know what I'm saying, Jason? Like it just kept going for years, and we wouldn't do anything about these fucking Pogs, and he just kept trying to get you to buy more Pogs, and you just couldn't fucking stop them.
It's true. Quentin, my twin brother, loves Popeyes as well. So me and Quentin are on the same page here.
Let's be honest, Jason. The biscuits, those biscuits are just pure crack. They're something.
Oh, you put a little bit of honey on them. It's pretty good. Flan has the texture of moist flu. Got to be honest, it depends on if it's good flan or not. When it's good, it
beans
doesn't.
For breakfast, Jason. What do you want me to do? All right.
I'm just gonna throw it out there that the Mexican food out in the UK probably isn't rocking it necessarily.
Yeah, let's look. I've had some tacos out in
Taco.
that part of Europe, and I can assure you,
Yeah.
it's not anywhere near any random Roberto's in El Cajon. All right.
Yeah. Like I actually don't even really like Mexican food outside of California and Mexico itself. You know what I mean? Like in the United States, you get into
Even
like
Texas. Texas knows it's barbecue, but when it comes to Tex-Mex, it's just beans and rice and shit. Like, oh, sorry, no real. I like border food, and the taquitos. Did they still have that? When I was a kid, there was like this big taquito strip in Tijuana near the Coliseum that was like endless fucking taquito shops, and we used to just go there like each one. That was great.
We have a viewer question from Star Wars Meg. Jason, I have a question for you. At the end of The Empire Strikes Back, Lando is seen in Han's clothes. It's not really explained in the movie and it's kind of creepy when you think about it. So my question is, why does my neighbor's cat hate me? It probably smells your cat. That's probably what it is. And that's not hate. That's lust.
Because like Lando's clothes, they're both soaked in Wookiee pee. So like apparently when you hang out with Chewbacca, you have to wear anything soaked in Wookiee pee or he'll rip your arms off. Same with your cat. He smells the Wookiee pee and he's just angry. So pee on it yourself and that will counteract the Wookiee pee and you'll be all good.
Right. Well, it's like, in Return of the Jedi, Admiral Akbar, he's like an animatronic. But how do you combat ED? Anyways.
I had to do the math. Hold on. E, that's a green. D is a bluish gray. What do I know? Oh, I know what I know.
Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Walking in Memphis. Okay, is I'm gonna get demonetized right now. Walking
with my feet, trying to beat on the beer. Yeah,
Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? Walking in Memphis. Okay, there's a lot of people do this song. Okay, wait, am I doing the Cher version?
No, God, no, never do that.
Well, which one would I do?
Fucking remake on I love mermaids. Can't take the music. What?
Lone Star, Cher, Lil Double O, Mark Cohen, Yo Gotti, Josh Gilly.
Does Uncle Cracker do one? That's
God. Let's just put it this way. If Uncle Cracker does it, I know I don't like it.
Just checking.
I had an NFT worth $5,000. Now it's worth $75. Hey.
Well, you can pre-order something on Hasbro Pulse.
Send me a screenshot.
In 3 years from now, you'll get it.
Every day is a winding road. Yeah, she sucks. My band used to make so much money on mp3.com, and then her jackass bought it and took all of our money. Not only does her music suck, not only does she fucking not wipe her ass right, she sucks as a friend to artist. Star Wars Make says, Rob in this stream has said I drink Red Bull and eat beans for breakfast. Don't know how the fuck he knows that, but I feel attacked. Is it true?
I can smell our kind, Jason.
Oh, Church's Chicken has the honey. Yeah, you're right. And I can't lie, Quentin. I'm more of a Church's man. I would go Church's, Popeyes, and then KFC in terms of the
KFC's not even on the list. I'll go El Pollo Loco before KFC.
Oh yeah, El Pollo Loco's. El Pollo Loco's like where you go though.
Albertsons chicken and the chicken they make at Albertsons in that little fryer. I will take that before KFC. KFC's so low on the barrel. I will take fucking chicken literally made by a homeless guy on the street before I eat at a fucking KFC's. It's revolting.
I mean, I wouldn't call it revolting. I just call it bottom of the goodness is what I would call it. Yeah. But well, I like to go to El Pollo Loco when I'm trying to eat really healthy because you can eat healthy there. But that green guacamole salsa, oh, it's so fucking good. It gets me though. I think it might have some calories to it, but it's so good.
Chipotle has better chicken than KFC.
Max says, "Fuck off! Texas has good Mexican food."
All Texans say this. And
I went to San Antonio.
Only Texans say this.
Yeah, I went to San Antonio and I ate Mexican food pretty much the whole time I was there, and it was pretty much all bad. It was all La Victoria. One of the highest
rated Yelp ones there is. It wasn't great. Yeah, it was La Victoria salsa.
La Victoria. Fucking New York City, get a rope. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason they don't think lynching is funny anymore on commercials. Star Wars Make says, "I don't have a ka." Oh, I see what you did.
I don't know what that ka was.
Car?
Cane?
Cock?
Car?
Cock. A cock. I don't got a cock. Sorry, Canary.
It was CA. Would have been a cack.
A cack. Come on. You know Meg's got a big cack. Come on, Meg.
Oh, Jesus. Say it like Papa Dongo. Whoever that guy comes on the show is really great. That Mike comes on every once a year.
Hawksall Gillette, the best a man can get.
I
don't like Tex-Mex.
The best a man can get.
Yeah. Jason has good music taste. He ain't got no time for walking in menswear. I don't know this song. I'm gonna listen to it in the car and probably hate these people though. After that, I'm like, I can't do the show anymore. I can't look at them anymore. Nick says there's a Popeyes that just opened in England, Essex. If Bestman ever visited me, we could actually go there. The end.
Let me give you some advice, Bestman. If you want to eat at a Popeyes, just make friends with an American military person, and somewhere on a post, somewhere in Europe, you're going to find a Popeyes pretty quickly. They're everywhere on American posts. Everywhere.
If I send Bestman some food, I'll send Nick some food too. I think Nick deserves it as well. He does work too. He likes to eat as well. I wasn't in Popeyes because he could just go to Popeyes. But do they have to pay customs on food? Like, is it like a customs thing for like food, or is it like a different thing? Like, if I'm just Grandma Jason making my boys out in Wales some fried chicken, like that's just a straight
look with
food
Brexit.
thing, right?
The fuck I know.
Okay,
like, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I gotta declare these biscuits.
Jason, I eat food to be healthy. Ward. No, when I eat food to be healthy is
when I eat the fast food at El Pollo Loco, so fucking healthy. Sure.
I also
if there's a tortilla, it's not healthy. Like
if there's a tortilla, it's
even
good.
Corn. No,
it's good.
It's not healthy.
But Seth says bottom on the mid. As the truth says, I tricked the Americans in my Discord. I ate beans on toast every day for 5 days using a bunch of pictures I took. One time I ate them, and I would eat them if I had to be honest. So you did it once, took a bunch of pictures, and kept sharing it?
Look, they eat a more savory breakfast. Let's just be honest. Americans have the worst diet on the planet. We just eat sugar. Like, that's it. Anywhere you go, it's sugar. That's There is no worse food, and I love this when I watch like MasterChef Australia. Every now and then they have to cook American, and they're all stumped. Like,
dude, it's getting bad, dude. Every now and then on Tinder,
what is
I get like a text message or a message on Tinder from like a 24-year-old saying, "Hey, I want a sugar daddy." That's how bad it's getting. It happens.
You got to name 40-year-old. You want to know what those candies were called before the 60s, Jason?
Yeah,
I can't say it.
I usually just respond like, "Hey, you want to do some stuff until you get one?" But that I'm not serious. Tom Rose says the biscuits at KFC are the only thing worth eating there. I would say I don't know if they all have them, but I haven't been to KFC in a while. But I remember back in college being stoned and having cheese curds there, and marijuana and cheese curds at KFC. It's up there, friend, with some of the best things you can get in life. I would say, I am Mexican. You're Texican. Don't try to lie to us. You're a Texican. Is that a thing? I know I made it up.
Yeah. You just got bad taste in Mexican food, Max. I'm sorry.
You got great taste in clothes, Max.
Let's be honest. She likes Mexican food.
Mexican. Max is gonna start a new country. Max is gonna
start your own micronation now, right? Like that's the thing going around.
Yeah, all she has to do is like when like when fucking Texas starts getting all uppity, she's has to take charge, and she could start Mexico.
Look, let's be fair. Mexicanos have the best fashion, but poor taste in food.
I mean,
the poor taste in food, dressed impeccably. Horrible fucking taste.
If Mexico has some kind of state program that dresses its pores, I'll go there and join them. I will become a citizen of Mexico if they dress me. But otherwise, I don't think they're gonna like my just solid black Hanes.
We lost half the viewership when I made that joke. It went from 44 to 27. Love it.
Hey, you know what? That's how Civil Wars go. You know. Star Wars Santa says, now I'm starving for some KFC. Gotta go feed Dad's farm animals. Happy Andor Eve.
What has the show devolved into? There's no Star Wars. We're just talking about food.
Yeah. I mean, it's good.
Well, the show has officially ended. If you guys would stop chatting, we would end the show. Jason feels like he has to wrap up the chat, but you keep adding. Hey,
I know. I am always appreciative that someone would send us a message, whether it's anywhere. I mean, I think it's usually if it's someone, not someone being mean, I appreciate it. So I try not to, overlook it. But Nick says USA KFC was the worst experience in my life. And then
you have never eaten at a USA Sbarro's. Like, I can assure you, there's a step lower.
You think that's bad? You think that's bad? Oh, we could beat that. Yeah, we could definitely.
I literally almost vomited tasting a bite because I had it in the 90s, thought it was fine. Hadn't have it again until 2004 or 5 at the Mission Valley Food Court in San Diego. Almost threw up. It was disgusting.
I'm gonna guess that Nick flies places sometimes. Maybe I feel like
I don't know.
UK people I'm going on holiday. They go on. That's what they say, and I assume they get on airplanes and that they encounter Sbarro's and their assholes shit fire of bacteria afterwards, because
I don't know how you make pizza disgusting, but they managed to do it.
Yeah, by just making it dry fucking slop.
I don't even remember what it was. It was just so bad I spit it out and threw it away. Like that's rare. I mean, I will eat something because I paid $9 for a slice of fucking, you know what I mean? It was mall food. It wasn't cheap. Well,
Bestman says that UK KFC is lit. And I've seen pictures of KFC from there, and I think it's the same thing. And I'm not shit talking it. I think it's terrible goodness. You know what I mean?
I had McDonald's in Germany, and it was brilliant. It's not like our McDonald's. So.
Fucking traitor! Why don't you go stop the still now? Fucking traitor. Tom.
No, it's still going on.
Tom says cheese curds and biscuits could get me going back to KFC. Haven't seen the curds on the menu in the area. See, I think it was when they did this thing where they had like A&W root beer, like as like a subset inside. Remember when they were like making like Pizza Huts inside Taco Bells and shit when that was a thing? I think it might be part of that. So
I'm just shocked A&W root beer, the restaurant chain, never got Henry Winkler to show up as the Fonz. Like, hey, W, right? Like, just Star Wars Santa leaves when I make a joke he can relate to,
All right. Bestman's telling me to get off. What? The only time I joined tonight, the only time I joined tonight, Nick is shit talking me. I only came here to see if Jason wrapped up so we could play Fortnite. Screw Nick. So
he doesn't like Nickelodeon. Screw Nick.
Nick at night.
Fuck that Nick at night. Yeah, bullshit.
The fuck is a curd? Is that the thing the cows chew? It's like
Welsh.
Fucking cheese. It's like cheese.
It's like Welsh. Welshes and curds.
The curds.
The fuck that
I just remember like 2002. Everybody was really worried about what the curds were gonna do, and then I had some cheese curds and they were good. Sushi are good for us all. I got to say sushi. I make things that say sushi weird, so maybe I do. What
you
is
say
that?
It like Banshee and the sushis.
The sushi and the banshees.
Yeah.
Best bit, I'll smash your face in. Fuck, I think we just ended their podcast. Maybe.
Well, lovely show, folks. Everyone's acting like they're the one who drank the beer. Like that's the sanest one on the show today.
Robert St. Clair comes in with at the end. A&W cheese curds are legit, and I believe they are, and especially with marijuana and ranch. I ain't gonna lie.
That really should, now that it's legal, that really should be a dressing Fritos puts out. Marijuana and ranch.
Marijuana
Yeah.
ranch.
Yeah.
All right. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna look at this one. Meg, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but this is for you. This is for Meg, real quick.
You're turned on. Now open your legs. You're sexy when you beg.
I want Meg to try that move, see how it works. Let us know if you have good
Michelle
success.
Rodriguez has the same laugh. Just letting you know.
I actually thought the laugh was kind of bad, and I cut it at one point, and then I got rid of something else, and it came back. And I was like, well, there it is. That's a true story.
See, that clip brought up the viewers back up to 40.
Wait, do I have to? Do I still have to do this? Does that still count if you mentioned Michelle Rodriguez from TV's Avatar? Do I still have to? Does it still count? Oh well, I got it. In any way. All right, everyone, we're gonna leave now. Have a good night. We'll see you tonight after Andor. Watch the show to come and hang out with us, or be a sleepy bitch like Robin. We'll see you tomorrow, and
Sleep.
We will review.
Ignore the show. Ignore that show. You show up for my show.
Can I end it now?
Now you can end it.
Okay. Goodbye.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go. It's not about spaceships.